Maddie Havera was diagnosed with the blood cancer acute myeloid leukemia at just 2 years old. She's 10 now and doing great.
You got to think on the positive.
At this Ohio Leukemia and Lymphoma Society event, she was one of several long-term blood cancer survivors. Kate Schroeder was diagnosed more than a decade ago.
I discovered lymph nodes, like grape-like lumps on my clavicle, and ignored them for a few weeks. But I went and got scans, and everything changed when you get that diagnosis.
Scott Carroll, nearly 3 decades ago.
In 1996, when my wife was 7 months pregnant, I had a bump under my arm, and I went to my father-in-law, who's a doc, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about it, but let me know if it doesn't go away in a couple of weeks." And then 3 days later, a series of bumps came up my neck, quite literally. And I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and underwent about 9 months of treatment.
That treatment has changed dramatically in the last few decades, thanks in part to money raised for research at walks like these that light the night for blood cancer survivors, and events like these where some of the top cancer specialists in the country come together to raise blood cancer awareness.
They help patients through their treatments by securing funds and helping give back to the community.
We had a few drugs, 2 or 3. Now we have 8, 10, 12, and a lot of the research that's very exciting is how do we use what we now have and how do we organize them together.
We are trying to harness the immune system of the patient, genetically modify those products and give it back to the patient.
Each patient's cancer is individual, and finally our cancer drugs are individualized, and we're targeting specific receptors, specific mutations, so that the right patient gets the right drug at the right time.
The goal is now to have more Maddies overcome the odds, or as Maddie would put it,
I want people to look at me and say, I can do it too.
If you would like to support the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, they need families and businesses to help raise funds and sponsor this year's annual Light the Night Walk. It's coming up in October. We have a link for more information inside the digital version of this story at what'shappeninginhealth.com.
From breaking news to feel-good stories, Local 12 has it all. Tap subscribe and hit the links to find out more.